Alright guys, this is just a quick video here on the HDR 50 and the new Umarex T4E. Um, it's the Carbine converter for the HDR 50 or the TR 50 from Umarex, and I got this one from MCS. Yeah, just going to show you the fittings, how I rigged this up. You can see here the Carbine shell. All I had to do is just, oh my god, file just minuscule amount of plastic here. Um, Barely anything, but basically just, I went straight down through. That's pretty much all you gotta do. So, with your Dremel, just get, I use that sanding disc. Let me see if I got one. Yeah, it's one of these guys. See? It's kind of mangled, this one. But, yeah, put in the Dremel. And you just kind of work yourself a little hole, start sideways. Or just, you can drill a hole first, pre-drill it. And then just kind of work yourself a little hole around here. But, yeah, this hole is going to depend on how far over, if it's up here or back there more. It's all going to depend on what fittings you use. Because if you can see, these are 3 different 90-degree elbows. And you can see there's some are longer this way, some are longer that way too. Some are really short. Here's another one. This one's really big. So, as you can tell, there are 3 different sizes. So, like the longer one, so if you use this one, our hole will probably come out further. So, just keep that in mind. You'll know once you measure and line everything up. But, yeah, so that's pretty much all it is just that hole going straight down. I was going to come out the side here, but nah. I needed to go higher, otherwise I wouldn't be able to fold the stock, shut the folding stock. I would have had to put it on this side, which is fine because I actually load from the other side with that magazine tube I got. Yeah, okay, so the first piece we go in, I got this thing, I wrapped these like 25, 30 good times I wrapped them with the Amazon thread tape, and they kink up really tight. And like these things have been open and closed like numerous times, and they're worn out, and they're still working. Just keep stacking that tape on there. You can also use Loctite. But the first one we're gonna do is, if you can see this plug, I already showed it off in the last videos, but that's the plug that I tapped and threaded from an NPT fitting. Yeah, so you can kind of see, I got behind this in the other video, I show you I have an O-ring. I took it out, took this all apart. I had this one in there, but I just want to, I feel more comfortable with a steel one. Yeah, I tapped this old one here. Oh, it still works great. It's going to go in another marker for another build. But, yeah, I got an O-ring right there. I got to get better lighting for this camera. But, yeah, anyways, I got a little ditch in there for the O-ring, the seat. But this is an M13 by 1 thread, and it goes right in the back of the brass where the brass cap goes. So, I also put, because I got the long threads, I also put Teflon tape on. But yeah, this is the tape I'm using, guys, just from Amazon. You'll see packs of 10, like maybe $10. Just these little things. And all these fittings here come from Amazon as well. But yeah, the main one in here is steel, because that's the main one with the pressure. Actually, it's a side build, so I'm not using a stock, so there's not going to be much pressure on this. So, but my threads are all tapped really long. As you can tell, like this one's way longer than you. This won't fit in a stock Umarex gun. The markers, I'll have to, you have to tap the valve or trim this down a bit to 3 threads. I'm not comfortable hooking up tanks and HPA and heavy weight with 3 threads. It just doesn't feel right to me, especially in brass. Anyways, so yeah, we got this square guy. That's the first 90 degree we're going to use. And then, yeah, we're just going to put that on. And if you look, see, I modified the marker so that way when you see that, they can spin now. So now we can spin that freely. These are all 1/8 MBT fittings. Amazon, eBay, any paintball shop, hardware stores will have them. So, yeah, just get the wrench. So let's twist that on. I took a little bit of the metal out, but with this fitting, I don't think you have to. You really don't need to at all. Not sure. I think I can go one more turn here. Okay, so I actually went one more than I normally do. I just hope I don't crack it. These ones crack easy. Not specifically the square ones, but these cheap ones. I find these ones crack with the short little knuckle here. There's thicker ones with the knuckle goes really thick all the way back. But yeah, okay, so we got that one on. That one was a bit tricky, grabbing it. And then you go ahead and you put your extension in. This is a male to female 1/8 MPT. Okay. And you can see that tape thread's really kinking up, really tight. Oh, my paint's starting to come off. Okay. Alrighty here, so now once you get this now, move these out of the way. So we'll put the marker in. Now it goes up here. Okay, so we will take, oh, wrong side. And then this guy, these are just a couple of Allen keys that holds it all in. And now that you're using the tuning barrel, you don't need that little connection piece that goes right here. You can just throw that aside. Get the other bolt here. It's just a few nice turns. The Allen wrench. There. Now we're locked in. Yeah, so now we'll take our 90 degree NPT fitting. And then you gotta cut off the last two of these. What do you call it? The Picatinny rail, little nubs. Because, I don't know, unless you can find the longer settings, but I'm using the really long one. If you use the longer 90 degree, you can probably get away with not having to do that. You might just have to cut the back one, depending on the fittings, right? Just when you get them, you'll know what to do once you fit them and see. But yeah, like I have to turn. You'll see as this gets down, it gets, it's getting closer as it gets lower. It's coming down lower and lower and lower to the rail. So you had to kind of remove some of that. This is the 90 degree one, that elbow, so I gotta be careful. These ones, I've cracked so many of these. I'm gonna replace them all with steel from now on. I have so many of these brass ones. I mean, they work, but I wouldn't use anything more than 1100 psi with the brass ones. Okay, so we got this out. Oh yeah. Just a bit more. Alright, now I don't know, you might be able to get away with, you want an extension, but I use this PEC box, and as you can tell, it adds a little width. So I use two of these. These are the steel ones. They're long. They're a little bit longer than the brass ones. So you may have to use two brass ones, but you might get away with one steel one if you're not using a PEC box, because the tank will interfere with it. So I had to come out just a little bit more. And you can't go too close to the shell because, well, you got that gauge and that pin, so when you're spinning your tank too close, it's going to stop like on the marker somewhere, and then you're not going to be able to turn it, and then it just doesn't work. So so yeah, see, these are all Amazon tape, that Teflon tape. Oh god, you know what? Oh, I hope I didn't. I can't see it. It's all black painted and it's not the brightest here, but I just hope I didn't turn that knuckle on too hard. Because, like I said, I have like 2 or 3 of them split in the bottom of my garbage can. So, now we will take our, and you can see how chunky I got this tape stuck on. So, this is an old one. This thing, oh my, this has been threaded so many times, but you have to use a lot of tape too. Because every time you use these, they kind of wear and wear and wear a little bit more, a little bit more. So I'm just letting the knuckle turn all 3 of them. And they're getting really tight. I can go another couple more turns if I want to for reassurance. Whoa. That's, you gotta be careful with the brass ones. Okay. Alright, so we got that in. Pretty much all it. Damn it, my paint's coming off, so yeah, I'll have to repaint that. I could probably just tape around there and touch it up with a brush. Yeah, okay, now we get the side magazine here. Yeah, you guys I already showed you the build. I'm not gonna go through all this again. So yeah, basically your barrel. Oh, I just want to show the barrel. I don't think I showed this off last time, but you just have to kind of round it out a little bit right here. A little bit wider for the barrel to fit through, otherwise the tuning run won't fit through it. Same thing with down here. just get a little pipe that's a little bit, maybe the same size or a little thicker than that. Heat it up with a torch, and then just carefully, when you take the front plate off, just carefully stick it down in and just open that hole up down here a little bit wider. And then yeah, the barrel will come through. And it's nice and smooth actually, once you get it in. Yeah. Alright, just screwing it on. See? It's nice and smooth. It's guided by that, so it doesn't bend with all the weight on the big long barrel. So you get a way of using a little bit longer barrel on the sniper rifles before your spring starts wearing out. And if you ever need a long, super long barrel anyway, yeah, the aluminums would be really good. Just take some of that weight off. But yeah, let's get a tank in. I just made a couple videos on this. In the actual HDR, I just got a 90-degree coming out and then a tank right into it, just showing you how it holds. And then I did it to an HDR 68 and I turned it on. And I just showed you that it works in 2 different markers. So here, I'll show you this one again when it's all built up. Make sure this is off. Okay, look, and you can see my PEC box is right here. So I could actually take one of these off and come in a little closer. And because this is on this nice slant, I don't think that'll interfere. It's probably just enough clearance for it. It looks good, but a lot of my other setups, I only have one of these, and then some of them you need 2, just depending on what you got on the side and your rails and accessories and stuff like that. Oh yeah, it feels nice. Alright, let's give it a go here. Where is it? Okay. There we go. We're gassed up. Now we're going to ungas. And there you go, the bolt just reset. And we're empty. So now you're going to start seeing, yeah, I'm not going to bother putting all this back together. If you guys want to see how it's built, you can check out my previous video. Yeah, guys, you're going to see, like, if you carve plastic with the markers, you can do the adapter. This will go right in, and then you can, this goes right in the back of the valve. So you unscrew your degassing piercing cap, or sorry, not the piercing cap, your degassing cap that it comes with the little red button on it. You unscrew that, and then you screw this in place. And then, yeah, depending on if you open up the marker from the start, you might have to remove some materials, but you can screw this right on. And then that way, you can have a tank coming out and then straight down the side from there. Instead of putting one of these on, then you have to put one of those HPA chambers on with a HPA head adapter. Then you have to put a universal fill nipple adapter in, take the nipple out. Then you got to plug a 90-degree NPT fitting in, and then you come out from there. So that's about an extra 2, maybe just over 2 inches you're taking off the build. So, like, literally, I was playing around with these, and on the HDR, like, I can get the tank, like, literally right up against it. It's just so compact. There's no hardware on the back, just a little knob. And instead of it, like, you got your pistol right here, instead of the knob being, like, way the heck back here, it's, like, actually in with the pistol's length, so it doesn't exceed past the length of the pistol. It's pretty cool. But yeah, guys, this is a brass one here I made. This is the one I had in here in the first place. These are pretty easy to make with the brass. Like I said, you just put in the drill and spin it. But yeah, if you want to see all that, check out my other videos. But yeah, pretty much that's covered everything here. I got my magazine, and yeah, you can see my build. Anyways, guys, if you got any questions, just ask. Y'all stay safe, take care, and have fun as always. Man, this opens so many possibilities for cool builds, compact builds, guys. This is just insane. For HPA builds, like just crazy, man. Wow. Like you can do those 88, sorry, not the 88 gram, but the 38 grams, 25 grams, 20 grams, 16 grams. Like you can make some nice compact builds, and like probably, I think I can make one and conceal it with one of those sticking on the side. Yeah, like especially in the winter, if you got a coat on, a thick coat or something, you easily conceal one. But anyways, in the future, it's looking big with this shit. They're easy to make, man. Like these parts are literally like $1.50, $2, $3. You just gotta get the tap and die, and then you can make as many as you want. Put one on each one of your markers if you want. Yeah, quickly again, all this brass one is, or in the steel one is one of these. I put tape around here. There's one that I had, this guy, my first one I built. I didn't leave the hex head on. This one has to be Loctited in, or just Teflon and left, because it's got no stopping knuckle. It'll just keep going. Actually, no, it'll go to the flat part and then stop, but and the Teflon will take over, or Loctite. But yeah, this has a lot of dirt in it because of when I took the tape off, I did it when it was hot, so all the glue stuck to it, the Gorilla Tape. But on the other ones I made, I just stuck it in cold water for like 10 seconds, wished it around, pulled it out, and then undid it, and then no gunk. Oh, that's a pain in the ass getting off. I'm still trying to get it out. But yeah, guys, it's just one of these extensions that I've been using. I showed you that they're painted black. 1/8 NPT, male to female extension piece. Just spin it on the drill. Spin it till it's round, and then you just tap an M13 one thread in. Come all the way down. Just save a nice chunk for knuckles for installing. Like on the back of this one, you have to. This wrench works perfectly for it. So yeah, I put this piece right in the back of the marker first, and then I put my fittings and go from there, depending on the builds. But yeah, you're gonna see a lot more of these guys coming. Stay safe, guys. Stay tuned. Have a great day, as always.